Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, Mama. Wow, you look gorgeous.
As always.
Are they speaking to me?
I'm speaking to you, baby.
Can't
You
hear
look
them.
good.
Hey.
Mama, you look good.
When
You are not good.
Aw.
I think she can't hear us right now.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, there they are. Okay.
Oh my god.
Hi.
Oh my God.
Hi.
There you are. So it's Nicola, Constantine, Christopher, Javier, and Kate.
Hi, Gaga.
Hi, Gaga.
Nice to
Hey, Mama.
Nice to meet you.
To meet you too.
I go by Javi.
so quiet.
Maybe we should sing.
Any questions for me?
Would you ever come to Ukraine for a concert?
Yes, of course I would. I'm excited since now the Born This Way ball has been to many new territories that we've never been to before. So next time around on the next tour, I'll get to go to even more. So it's very exciting.
That is so cool. Thank you.
So you talked a little bit about your earlier life from New York and how was it before you became famous. Can you tell us a little bit how today's typical day in Lady Gaga's life look like?
Typical day in Lady Gaga's life. My life. I would say there is really no typical day. Because I really make sure that my creativity drives every moment of my life as much as possible. Because music and fashion and technology, these are all the things that I sort of focus on a daily basis. And when those ideas come, you never really know where they're going to take you. So I have a schedule, that I adhere to every day for the show and for having things like that. But other than that, I have a very free form day. And the House of Gaga, we all live together and travel, and we are working around the clock on future projects.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's really cool.
I have a question about the North American leg of the tour.
Yes.
What's the drastic change? I mean, with all the costumes and staging, and you said he's getting a facelift. What's going to be the difference between the North American part and the rest of the world? Why do we get something so different?
Well, I was excited to come home and, do sort of our last victory lap in my home country. So I wanted there to be, a couple new things in the ball, but more than anything, the show is always evolving, and it's always evolving because you are always evolving. And every time we go to a new country, new city, a new place, new cultures, new religions, new food, everything, the show takes on a new meaning and it starts to sort of warp and change. And so it's always changing. And we just do our very best to um, keep it fresh, keep it interesting. And also I need to grow as an artist, and I can't grow if the show's always the same. I'm always changing stuff. I even with as rehearsed as the show is, I still change it every night, and it's the job of everyone around me to keep up with where I decide I want to go. Because once I'm out there, I'm not. I always tell everyone I'm not reliable when I'm on stage. I only belong to my fans. For the next 2.5 hours, I do not belong to you. I belong to my fans. So I cannot be trusted.
Gaga, there is a saying that you always remember your fans. And will you recognize me on your concert in February? How do you think?
Well, I recognize you. I'm sure I will. It's funny that I remember I did that sketch on Saturday Night Live, and they were making fun of me that I knew a fan, like a fan in the audience from meeting them just once. But it's actually true. I do remember you all as much as I can, but I sometimes really do recognize your faces. I think it's because you all have such unique personalities, and usually when I meet you, you say something that I would say to people, which is, "Aren't you going to remember me?" And you guys always say that to me. I used to say that to people. Discharged soldiers was a message about saying, if you're willing to give your life for your country, we should all be treated exactly the same. And I that's something that's been a sort of running theme for some of my work, is the sexualization of the military. But you know what? Three cheers, because we don't have Don't Ask, Don't Tell anymore. So I'm glad that we got to make a statement when we did, but I'm even happier that it's been repealed. So there's always some sort of idea behind what I'm doing, and but you know what? That's what art pop is about. Sometimes you get what the message is, and other times, like,
So,
yeah.
Gaga, I know, like, with Born This Way, you came out with the personality of Joe, and I was kind of wondering, like, where did he go? Is he gonna come back, or is there maybe gonna be another personality that emerges with your new album?
Well, Joe and I broke up.
For good?
Not for good. I don't know. I mean, I don't really like discussing my personal life, you know that. Um, but he really has like some soul searching to do, and I think we'll start talking again when we're ready.
But I meant as far as like personalities, like, and you dressing as him, is there gonna be like some other crazy character that comes out that you're gonna create?
I don't really understand your question. I'm sorry.
Some people thought that you have an alter ego called Candy Warhol and Candy Warhol.
See, it's just so interesting because you talk about my work like it's different personalities, when actually it's just me going through different stages of my creativity. So sort of like they never go away. You just never really know when they're going to come out and play.
Right. So do you feel that you use your music and your personas for the moment to get over or kind of move on from situations you've been in the past? What would be your best tip to move on in life, basically?
To move on. Well, my methods of moving on are quite unorthodox. I don't know if you want advice from me. um, Moving on. I think you have to always have like a very strong sense of your abilities as a human being. And you have to be not so hard on yourself. You have to focus on what you're good at, and then focus only on that. So when you have challenges, it's like only just one small piece of your pie, and then you can focus on the rest of your pie, and you can make that amazing. I try not to harp on stuff when it's like doesn't go so well. Sort of just like one small piece. There's so much more to do, so much more to say. This is just one moment. The future has so many moments waiting for you.
I have a question about the Fame fragrance. Is this going to be your only one, or do you think that maybe you'll have another one coming out?
I don't know. It's like a very long process making a fragrance, and it's very, I like to take a lot of time to do it and make sure that it's really done well and perfect. And so I don't know how soon one will come out, but maybe we'll do another one. I'm very happy with how successful this one was. I'm just going to take a quick question from some of the other Skypers, if that's okay. This one is from Kathy Garfield. I'm sorry. This is from Mrs. Almond Fashion. Hello. I wish that was my name. What change is art pop going to make? I mean, Born This Way had a message of love and acceptance. What about art pop? It's a good question. I would say that yes, Born This Way had a very strong social message, and art pop's message is more conceptual, and it's more about making a statement about art and pop being able to exist at the same time. So I guess I would say that they both have messages, but they're both driven by conceptually different things. But there will always be an echo of Born This Way in a ambient way in everything I do in my life, because it was for me the social movement of Born This Way that was paramount more than anything. So that's going to always be part of the concept of art pop. It's about connecting people from all over the world through visuals, through music, through symbols, through places, through things. How can we use the technology at our disposal to bring closer and closer and closer together? And this is one way that we begin, like we are today on Skype.
Awesome.
There's people all over the world right now watching you guys speak, watching us speak to each other. How can we make this a day-to-day thing? How can we make this part of culture? How can we make this part of who we are all the time, so that we can always be one world and united?
What was your like favorite best Skype moment you had?
My best Skype moment that I had.
Yeah.
My favorite Skype moment is right now.
Mine too.
It was not rated for children.
So you've got a new movie coming out later.
Though. This is pretty special.
So you've got a movie coming out, Machete Kills. Can you tell us a little bit about your character?
For Machete?
Yeah.
Machete Kills? No, I can't tell you anything about it. That's Robert Rodriguez. But I had a great
very beautiful
time working with Robert, and I worked with Danny Trejo, who's like amazing, and I was really nervous, and it was great. I mean, the level of artistry that goes into Robert's work is like it's on another level, and he operates in a completely unique way. And I think if you open yourself up to his creative process, you get to learn from him and win really big. You know, it was an amazing experience, and I can't wait to see the film, how it's all turned out, and celebrate with everyone. It's gonna be wonderful. Can't wait for you to see it and decide
I can't wait to.
this or not.
Gaga, how does one become a member of House of Gaga? Is there some kind of selection process?
How does someone become a member of the House of Gaga? It's very difficult. We were just having this discussion earlier. It's a totally organic process. I mean, we have a lot of people in it now. I mean, between all of the different projects we're working on, we must have 30 to 35 people. We actually are lucky today. We're actually in the heart of where a lot of the team is, that's working on all of my wide projects, and the process for getting into the House of Gaga is it's what you come in with great ideas, you'll stay with great ideas. So the idea around here. I mean, we all literally just sit around all day and work, and reference and talk and drawing, creating, recording, sculpting, sewing, you name it. I mean, I mean, we have seamstresses, coders, hair, makeup, project managers, assistants, couriers. I mean, we could go on and on and on forever. I mean, everything's like sort of this giant artistic gypsy camp that I've been dreaming of since I was 5. And then, and I get to do all everything I want to do. What's nice is, you know, we've waited a little longer to put out this next record. And for me, it's been a crucial time because I've been on this sort of the hamster wheel of fame since the fame. And I really haven't gotten a minute to stand up and hold on to my creative bearings and rejuvenate my artistic spirit on my own with my friends in more of the way that I did in the beginning. I get to reset my Gaga battery, which I need, and I need that for my creative outlet. So I've had that time, and I'm going to have a little more time to do that, so that I can make this something that I've put everything into, and also undergo a complete rebirth in my life, something much larger than you guys have witnessed before, something new, something that I was doing when I was in New York.
Okay, but I must ask you, when you were talking about your staff, you obviously have a lot of people working for you. Do you pick up your staff yourself? Do you like employ them yourself, pick them up?
I hand employ every single person that works in my creative team. If you don't get through me, you don't get to stay. It's like I mean, I can't even express to you how completely organic and collaborative it is. It's like we're all friends. So it's just like nobody around here that works together doesn't see things the way that we all see them. And we are always trading ideas off each other and running everything through 30 different wheels, and it's yeah, it's not like an interview process. It's more like if we all get along. If we can all party and listen to the same music together and come up with some crazy ideas, well, that's sort of what it's all about. It's all about possibilities. Artpop is about possibilities. What can we think up that's truly impossible, and then make it happen.
Cool.
Anyway, I have to go.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. I wish I could stay. But I have to go to sleep because I have to get rested for the Born This Way ball tonight. And I have to be to San Jose.